getting their food ready. I'm not sure how much that's. This is Muscle Up. It supports the overall health of their muscular function. Ever since Blues was ill, let me turn this light on. And we're not sure what happened with him. This, I don't know if you can see it, Muscle Up. It is an Animed dog care. This stuff right here, it really, really helped him. Yeah, Jesus did it. We're going to give all praise and all glory and all honor to God because he did it. So we're going to put the accolades where they belong. But he gave us wisdom and knowledge over some things, and my brother led me to this because we don't know if the dog had a stroke, seizures. We don't know if something bit him. All I know is for almost 3 weeks, it may have been a full 3 weeks, he first started off walking in circles only to the right. He could only walk to the right in circles. And it went from that to him not walking at all. And for 2 weeks, we had to carry him in and out of his shed just to give him a different atmosphere. That's him barking now because he knows it's well past his feeding time because I slept in. So it's well past his feeding time, so he knows it. We're like an hour where I'm actually late. But yeah, he could not. He got to the point where he couldn't walk, and almost $1,000 later in vet bills. Who knows how much money we spent trying stuff. Um, they gave him 24 hours, and they said it's 50-50. Either he's gonna wake up and he's gonna be okay, or he's not. He's not gonna wake up. So, you know, they told us one thing, did another, but the money, they still took the money. They kept that part. They kept that agreement. And, you know, a couple days later, after he survived, I called back, you know, for some follow-up information. And she said there was nothing else she could do. This is his vet. And she referred us to a neuro vet, a specialist. And just to get in there, you were going to pay some money. And just to run the test they needed, it was almost $1,000. And that wasn't happening. So we continued to trust God and, you know, called up a prayer partner and said, listen, this is what I'm dealing with. And I need some reinforcement. So, you know, we continued to trust God, and he told us what to do, send us the right people to help us. And 2 years later, he's still here. So, you know, we just do what we do. And he's old. And that's kind of what the vet led up to. She actually said it. She said, well, he's a very sick dog, but he's also a very old dog. So I guess in her eyes, you had enough time with him. So, but that wasn't my, that's not how I felt about the situation. So when it's his time, it's going to be his time. It doesn't matter how I feel about it. However, I could tell that he wasn't done. And because he wasn't done, I wasn't going to give up on him. Even when I had people tell me, how long are you going to allow him to suffer? I say, I'm not God. I don't get to decide his start or his ending. When it's time, it'll be time. And that's just my personal opinion on it. But I know that we started giving him this. And this is, I had to mix this in with his food. And that's another thing. He wouldn't, because he couldn't walk, he had no muscular function really at all, except he started going to the bathroom, and then doing number one, he was urinating, and after I decided, okay, he can't eat, but he has to eat. He has to have some type of nutrition. He has to have some type of hydration. That was my main concern, was keeping him hydrated. So I probably have it in here, or maybe I put it away in like their medicine tote. But it was a really huge syringe, and I think I purchased it either from PetSmart. I believe I purchased that one from PetSmart, and because I needed something immediate, and I purchased this huge syringe, and I was using that to suck up the water and kind of syringe him because he couldn't drink, he couldn't walk, he couldn't drink, he couldn't do really much of anything. So I had to syringe, hydrate him. And at the vet, they gave him an IV, so that kind of got him going. But prior to getting to the vet, in order to make sure he stayed hydrated, and then afterwards as well, I was using the syringe, and he didn't want regular water. So, and I knew he needed something more because I was only doing that so many times a day because, of course, I still had to work. So, I knew he wasn't going to get up and drink as much as he would have on his own. And then I could only syringe so many ounces. So I was mixing Pedialyte with chicken broth because I figured the Pedialyte's going to give him the potassium, the hydration, whatever comes in Pedialyte that keeps you hydrated. It was going to give him like the electrolytes and things like that. I didn't want the sugar, but I didn't see any sugar free, so, and I know that's part of the hydration process, so I went with the clear Pedialyte and tried to get as close to clear, or not close to clear, tried to get as close to natural as possible. So I went with the clear Pedialyte and then the chicken broth, and the chicken broth kind of gave it the flavor that he was looking for in food. And also, I figure it would give him a little bit more nutrition, and that worked. He took that. That worked. Sometimes he didn't, he just didn't want to be bothered, but for the most part, that worked. And then for his actual food, when I could get him to eat, I went and I purchased ground turkey and frozen vegetables, the vegetables that I know they can have, and I cooked the ground meat and I mixed the vegetables together. Matter of fact, I did not cook it. I mixed everything together and I made patties, and I put something else with it. I think it was some brown rice. I cooked the brown rice, mixed that in with it. I don't remember exactly the recipe, but I know it was ground turkey, vegetables, brown rice, and I think I even put an egg in it. And I mixed it together and I made really thin patties. Like, they look like little hamburger patties, and I baked them in the oven. And then I just bagged them. I baked like enough for a whole week, and I bagged them. And I used those to feed him. I would just break them up, like not make them hot, but make them warm enough for him to eat. And then I would break them up and then kind of put them in there, put them in his mouth. And they were flavorful. It wasn't regular dog food. It wasn't this. It wasn't kibble, so it was flavorful for him. So he accepted it, and he would eat that. And that's how I fed him, and I hydrated him with the syringe. But I kind of went into a tangent just by getting his food ready, and he ready. And if y'all look at this, look at the container. That is courtesy of Mr. Mike. I left it out there one day, and this is what I had left when I brought it back in. And then these are just their hip and joint chews by Vet. Is it Vet ID or Vet IQ? I'm not sure. But Micah gets 3 and Blues gets 2. And I really hate taking a whole lot of medication, and I don't like my animals to take a lot either. Because to me, in my mind, a whole lot of medications equal a whole lot of issues. But it is what it is. Micah will be, I think Micah's going to be 12, 11 or 12 this year. And Blue's is 15 or 16. If Micah's going to be 12, Blue's is going to be 16. And I believe those are the ages. I got to check the paperwork. But these are for Blue's. He gets 2 each. And it's probiotic chew. It's from the Pet Lab company. He gets these because of his allergies. These are supposed to help with his allergies because they're supposed to help with his digestive tract. So they're pork flavored. They smell amazing. They smell amazing. I don't know what is all in them. Of course I could read it. But yeah, so that's that. And I just sprinkled the Muscle Up on their kibble. And then I give them these by mouth. And that's breakfast. And dinner time, I don't use any of the supplements. No Muscle Up, no joint chews, no digestive chews. It's just straight kibble for dinner. And then during the middle of the day, sometimes I'll give them treats. And I'm not one, I know you guys have probably heard me say this before, I'm not one to use regular dog treats, only because they get enough of stuff I don't know what's in it with all this. I'm not doing that with their dog treats as well. So for their treats, they get real food. They get carrots, apples, pears, green beans, things of that nature. And then I give them pumpkin mixed in their food every so often, and that helps with their anal glands. That helps to take care of that situation. If you ever see your dog scooting, then he needs to have his anal glands suppressed, or whatever the word is. They need to have something done with anal glands. And if you don't go on a regular basis and take them, the vet doesn't do it, the groomer doesn't do it, you don't do it, because you can't learn how to do it on YouTube. No, I didn't want to do it. You can give them pumpkin. You can give pumpkin in their food, and that'll help with that. So that's my tidbit for the morning feeding. Let me get them fed, because I don't like feeding them when it gets really hot, because I wouldn't want to eat in the heat. So, and Mr. Blues has already let me know I'm in violation. So let's go. Good morning. Good morning, mister. Y'all see my screen? He did that. He literally bit all the wire mesh off of the dang screen trying to get in, because if they do fireworks or anything of that nature, he's livid and he's over it, and he's confused one way and or the other. And it's already done. Here, buddy. Come on, let's go get Micah. Micah will come out when he hears the food being spit. And I have to watch their food bowls, but it's not happening. And I just, Micah's fingers so important to what I feel he has. He's not eating his food yet, because he knows that he's supposed to get his chew. And this is how this got left out here, because I always put it on the windowsill, and I forgot one day. noticed that Blues, he started how he kind of slipped just now. I'm not sure if it's the foundation or if whatever was happening with him before is coming back. Jesus, I ain't got time for that. And then I just check and make sure that they have water. And they practically don't get. They have water in there, but it's not a sufficient amount of water. As you can see. And it has grass and dirt in it. Ain't nobody trying to drink water like that. So I'm going to get them some water, some clean water, some fresh water. But I'm determined. It's Saturday. I didn't mean to leave it over already. And look at this. On the side of the door. On the wrong side, so that's what I really didn't want the hose to go in there like that, but it is what it is. So they have fresh water. Their temperature is the same as ours inside. And today should be a cleanup day, but it's not happening today because it's already warm out here. I'm supposed to be putting up my new lights because I tried to be grown last night and do what my husband, do the opposite of what my husband advised. He advised that I wait. And I'm impatient, so I didn't want to wait. And I wanted to just get the lights put up. Not the lights. What am I saying? It wasn't the lights. It was the windsill. So this. I replaced this because the other one, it was a little bigger. And we took it down because of the storm. The winds, because it wasn't really a storm. It didn't have zero rain in it. So we took it down. And when it was down, Micah decided to have his way with it. So he bit a hole in it. So right here, it had a real big hole in it. So, like always, Micah tear up something, I got to replace it. So I bought this one. I purchased this one. And I wanted it up because the sun is out and it is hot. And until we get the gazebo, we're going to get the gazebo with the hard top. And I think it's between $2,000 and $3,000. So until that happens, we're going to do this wind sale. Because this wind sale was about $40, $50. So that was more in the range, in the price budget at this point. And plus, I don't want to get a gazebo right before or during monsoon because we did that before. And it was 3 days that we had it. We got it on sale from Home Depot. 3 days. The monsoon, it came through what seems like out of nowhere. and it smashed into the house, and it was done. It was done, and we had just purchased a less expensive one for the dog side, and theirs ended up over the fence and crashed on top of the neighbor's trampoline. And so we lost both at the same time. And they were the one that was over here was only 3 days old, maybe a week, because we had it a couple days before my husband put it up. And then the dogs, they had theirs maybe a month. So that was money down the drain. So we're not focusing on purchasing it until after the monsoon. And then during that time, it'll be cool because that thing takes a while to get put up, especially if you don't have a lot of people to help. So we're not tackling that during the heat. But getting back to what I was telling y'all initially, your girl would get sidetracked and off track. But I put this up and I wanted it tighter. So I wanted to move that bracket on that side over just about an inch or so, just to give it more pull to make it tighter. And so he was like, just wait and I'll get up and I'll do it. I'm impatient. You know, on my job, they say I'm very patient, and maybe I am. But overall, I'm an impatient person. When I want something done, I want it done when I want it done. And I get to pay for it. I get to pay for it if it doesn't work out. So I did that, and he had to, of course, come and reinforce it because I couldn't get the screws all the way in on all four. So he came later and fixed it for me. But in taking that and moving it, we had lights. We had the lights that string. You can, well, that's a plug, but you can see a piece of it still over here. We had lights that went around the patio, such as those lights over there. Those are solar over there, if you can see them. And then we have solar ones over there by the fire pit. So I wanted to move the lights over because I put that hook up. I put this hook up here because I moved that bracket over. I wanted that hook where the brackets were because at first they were all hooked together. The lights and the wind sail was hooked together. So I wanted that hook moved over, and I needed to get the old lights off of it. In doing so, I ended up clipping the cord on the lights with my pruners, my pruning shears. I ended up clipping the cord on the light, and I was like, oh my God, did I clip the cord to the camera or to the TV? But thankfully, it was to the lights. And that wasted money, but at the same time, the lights on both strings, because we had two strings together, they were missing like maybe like six of the however many bulbs on each string was blown out. So what I was going to do was take the ones from one string that were working and put them on the other one. And at least we'd have a full string that worked and a full string that didn't. And I could just toss the ones that didn't. So that was the plan. And that saves a couple coins. Well, after I clipped it, I was like, there's no way I'm going to plug this cord up because it's cut. One, it's not going to work. Two, I'm not sure if I'm going to be electrocuted. So it's a wash. It is what it is. It's destroyed. It's over. I'm going to have to go all new because even if I plug the other ones up, yes, I can see which ones don't work. But how am I going to know on this side? Y'all know what? Now that I'm talking myself, oh my gosh. It is what it is. Because now that I'm talking myself through it, see, this is either where common sense kicks in or my occupation kicks in. Because now that I'm talking myself through it, I could have plugged up the lights that I didn't cut, took out all the bulbs that didn't work, And then on the string that I cut, even if I had to take, like if there was 6 over here that didn't work, take the first 6 over here, plug them up. If they work, we keep those, and just kind of keep going through it until we got all the ones that did work from the string that I cut over to the string I didn't cut. Boom, I would have been done. I was, you know, one, already going ahead of doing something my husband advised not to do. So that probably played a part of me not analyzing that situation and getting to that resolution. At this point, it is what it is. But when I went to the store, I remembered that Big Lots was having a 40% off sale on all their outdoor things. Lights, gazebos, patio, cushions, I think patio furniture as well, decor items. We gonna go there again today, so y'all gonna see. But yeah, I remembered they had that sale. So I said it was like 45 minutes before the store closed. And I was waiting for my nail tech to get here. But she was running behind because of some, things she had to take care of. So I knew I had a little bit of time. So I, looking crazy and all, jump in the car, looking crazy. Yeah, yeah, we're not going to go there. Just forget I said that. But jumped in the car, ran up the street to Big Lots because it's only like maybe a 5-minute drive, and looked for the lights. I found the lights that resembled the ones that I cut, the ones we already had, just a different brand. But upon reading them, it said that you can only connect, and of course you could probably go against this, but if you want to be safe, you probably shouldn't. But it said that you can connect up to 4 strings, but they have to be the exact same lights, like the same brand, the same. I was like, that probably my initial theory of using the old ones and buying new and reconnecting them probably wasn't going to work, because the original ones that I purchased were from Walmart, Better Home Than Garden. So that would have made them different. I don't know if it would have caused an issue, but I guess it doesn't matter now. So for future reference, if y'all purchase additional lights, you might want to make sure you can connect 2 different types or 2 different brands together, because they were about the same light, just different brands. So just make sure for your own safety. However, they had, look at Micah in his pool, y'all. Look at him. My baby ain't playing. He understands the assignment. That's right. Enjoy your pool. Now shake it off. Shake it off. Look at Blues. He just looking. He come out, take a look every now and again. But I was saying, okay, I could either purchase the same type of lights and just keep doing the same thing we've been doing, or I could change it up, because at first we were going to put the solar lights out here like we have in the yard, and that way we don't have to keep unplugging them every time it rains. We can just leave them plugged up because they're solar. But I had the opportunity to switch it up, and so I took it. These are my lights that go inside my 2 bushes over there. That's a whole nother story. But I had an opportunity to switch it up. It's still out here because my husband said he wasn't doing nothing last night. And I went with Royal Hill. I don't know if y'all can see that. But I went with Royal Hill. I'm probably not saying it correct, but you see it. I went with Roy Hill, and these bulbs are the large bulbs. It's only 10 in here, but look how big those bulbs are. And it's outdoor only. The other ones you can use outdoor or indoor. And the length is 17 feet altogether, but the lighted length is only 14.7 feet. So I wasn't sure if it was going to be long enough, because I believe when I measured this before, and they were $40.99. So with the 40% off, I think it came to like $24 and something. So they only had two. So I already know I'm not going to be able to go all the way around the patio like we had before. So down, back, and back up. I already know that I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm only going to be able to go down one way and down the other because it's not going to make sense to go this way and that way. At least not in my opinion. So that's what we're going to do today. Um, I may do it, or I might wait for the hubby to come help. It depends on where my patience level is. If he takes too long, and it's hot out here, it's warm, but as long as you're under this, it's not bad. At least not right now. So I figured if it's not long enough, just make sure it hooks it over here, and then the extension cord will come and kind of take up some of the slack on the end that's closest to the house. So that's the plan for that. But I might do it myself. No, I'm gonna wait for him, y'all. I'm gonna wait for him. And then my poor trees, y'all. Look what the monsoon, because that's what we have in a monsoon. He was beautiful, and he was on his way, and the wind kept knocking them down. And when it got knocked down, I noticed that they had embedded themselves into the ground. Like the root went through the pot and into the ground. And so my husband thinks that these pots, they've outgrown these pots. And they look like they're dying. I really hope they're not, because they've looked like that before and came back. So what my plan is to take them out of this pot and put them in a bigger pot and pray that they come back. I hope so. They're bougainvilleas, so hopefully they'll live up to their reputation and bounce back. But I have to get the pots, and I want to get the pots from, I always thought I would get the pots from Sam's Club, because they have the 22-inch pots for like $15 most times. But Big Lots has some really nice pots, and they're 40% off too. I don't know that they're going to be as low as $15, but we'll see. We'll see. Right now, the patio is out of commission anyway. So if I can just get those few things done ahead of time, when it's time to, what I call, open the patio back up, we'll be ready. And then I have to put all that stuff back in the laundry room. But that's the plan. The plan for today is to figure out those two plants and repotting them and put these lights up. So I'll see y'all in a minute. Y'all, we putting the lights up. These lights, the bulbs are much bigger. See how big bulbs are? And look at this cord. The cord is much thicker, but I guess that comes along with having bigger bulbs. Okay, y'all, so we are finally finished putting the lights up, and I'm gonna cut that white tie. I wanted to use black, but I didn't have the larger black one, so I'm gonna cut that. This is what it looked like. We had to completely reconfigure this, and I hate having a lot of things plugged up, but it is what it is. And then that's this side. I like these a whole lot better than the other ones. And then they have this that gives us the opportunity to connect a middle string if we wanted to, but I'm not gonna worry about it. But let me just tell y'all, it was not an easy win. Let me just let y'all in on it. Me and my husband, we work good together, and we don't. We do and we don't, because both of us want to be right, and there's only going to be one right way to get the thing done. He wants it his way, I want it my way, and really it should just be done the right way. And we always, I know a lot of times always is always, but most of the time, let's say most of the time, we have a hard time getting to the right way within our communication. So that's just one thing that over these last 20, going on 21 years next month, that we're still working on. Communication and understanding and hearing one another to achieve the common goal. So yeah, it's still much work in progress, but we always get it done. We always get it done. It's just a matter of how easy is this road gonna be to travel down. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna just tell y'all just keep praying. That's why you got to have Jesus in the center, because he will work everything out. I mean, it's a simple light install, and it took us forever to get it done. And that was mainly because we kept going back and forth. Do it this way, no, do it that way, this way makes sense, why, that makes it, it doesn't matter. His thing is, it doesn't matter what it looks like, I just want aesthetically be pleased. And you're absolutely right, I want to be aesthetically pleased as well as functional. If it's functional and it looks good, what's the harm? I say no harm, no foul. But y'all, we got it done. I'll come back tonight and let y'all know what it looks like tonight. All right, y'all keep praying for your girl. Oh, and I wasn't able to video any of that because it's too hot out here. And the phone said, no, not so, ma'am. It is too hot. I am shutting off. So I'll come back later and let y'all see what it looks like at night. And let there be light. Y'all, me and the husband is out here in these downtown streets trying to go and support our son in this fashion show that he's walking in. We be acting like we so old. We in the parking lot trying to find the parking meter, the pay box, and we kind of got some wrong information, but I think we found it. So we're gonna pay at this parking meter and then walk over to the venue. We found it. Y'all, we are walking to the venue. It's gonna get our exercise in for the day.
Oh, it's not a stop sign.
Oh. So I guess we gotta run. Ooh, somebody is taking part in the earth. They got food vendors down here. I better watch where I'm walking. Okay, y'all, we made it to the venue. It's the Greater Good. And apparently, if you didn't purchase seats, in which we did not, then this is what you do. You chill out here with the rest of the people, and then the fashion show, they're gonna actually walk from out, they're gonna walk from inside the venue out here, and then from what I understand, back in. So I'll keep y'all posted.
System malfunction. Kick. Drum.
Bass. Bass. Bass.
Kick. Drum.
Bass.